Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Gym Rats. As always, it is me, XFL Jim. Joined by the one and the only. It's Boners Fits You, Chase, Lupine Fiasco, Sessoms.
Ooh. Oh, yes.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, dude? It's happy Arkansas Derby week, I will say.
Oh, happy Arkansas Derby week. It does feel a little, I feel like we've taken an extended break because we didn't have college basketball to talk yesterday. We were on a run there like every day, just going back and forth, hammering out picks.
Right. We've been through a lot of games together, and now it's like what? There's only 8 to talk about for the entire weekend, or for the first round of the weekend. So it's weird. It's weird now that it's dwindling down, Jim.
8 on this one. It's going to be weird when we're doing the Saturday show and it's only 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've come to the Sweet 16. Sorry, the Sweet 16, everybody. What do you think of the tournament so far?
I think you had some good upsets in the first, and now it's kind of chalked out a little bit in the second. I still want to say every single moneyline dog that I was on for the second round not only was beaten, but was beaten emphatically, like just pummeled about the head and shoulders.
I want to say there was 2, maybe 3 competitive games in the second round.
Yeah, I mean, Grand Canyon was competitive, and then that got out of hand.
Yep.
Purdue in a way that makes me think that they're going to Purdue pretty soon. Everyone pretty much got, favorites just kind of held serve. Everyone thought something wild was going to happen, and looks at it now, and the 6th seed is the highest we got.
So I was looking right now.
Or sorry, an 11 seed, NC State.
NC State's going on a crazy run. I will give them that. The only thing now. So second round, kind of a dud for the most part. There is not a Sweet 16 matchup that I'm not excited for.
I don't know.
Is there one
that I think Clemson, Arizona has the possibility to be a snoozer. Illinois, Iowa is going to be tough.
That's going to be a great game. That's a great game.
I think there's also a possibility that Tennessee could just put a thumping on Creighton too. I don't know. I'm excited for all of it because it's the Sweet 16 and these teams are legitimately, like, I look at this field and I'm like, yeah, everyone who's here deserves to be here. These are legitimately the best 16 teams in the country.
Yes, 100%. I'm excited. I'm ready. I don't know about you, Chase. I think you alluded to this earlier. I got fucked on my picks over the weekend. I got absolutely taken to town.
Yeah, like I did a morning show the other day, and like I said, like I don't want to play college basketball no more because college basketball play too rough. Like I got beat. I went 0 for on the weekend after having
Sunday,
a respectable Thursday and Friday. Yeah,
Sunday I went 0 for. It was a rough time. Now we have 8 games ahead of us. And Chase, time now that we get to pick in these college basketball games. It's the Sweet 16, everybody. This is the time where everyone clutches their balls and sucks their
basketball. Give them the ball and go to the rack, dunk it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we're good.
First up, you talked about this game earlier. Clemson, Arizona. Arizona is a 7.5 point favorite. Over under of 152. This is the only game I could see potentially. If Clemson slips up, I could see it getting away from them and Arizona running away.
Clemson played a huge game last round. You have to think that they're due for a slip up soon. If you look at the stats, Clemson is good. Arizona is elite. Is kind of the difference of what I see. The thing that might make the difference is foul shooting. Because if you look, when it comes to free throw, Clemson's number 8 in the country, shooting 79%. It's a lot of the reason why I was on this team a lot during the spring. Compare that to 198th for Arizona, shooting 71%. They're shooting a full 8% Plus, Arizona fouls a lot, 16.4 fouls per game. I think that Arizona wins this outright, but I don't think they boat race Clemson. It's gone to 7.5. I have a feeling it could grow even more. I'm going to say I'm going to wait for this one to move to probably 8 or 8.5, but I even jump on it at 7.5 here.
If I can get an 8, I'll probably take Clemson here. I'm also going to probably play the full game over. I think if Arizona gets into foul trouble with how consistent Clemson is at the free throw line, this could get very pointsy. And remember, I believe it was the Saturday show or the Friday show that we did. Uncle Rico alluded. He looked up the stats to back it up. I'm back, Chase. I'm playing every first half under in the Sweet 16. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go. We're back, baby. Every single one. I'm waiting for it to get to 8. Up next, San Diego State, UConn. UConn is an 11-point favorite in this one, over under of 136. Dan Hurley did say they wanted to blow out every team this year.
Yeah, they've done a pretty good job of it, except for when they sneakily just kind of lose to scrappy other Big East teams, you know? Listen, does San Diego State really have the horses to run with them? Not necessarily, but they do have what makes a team good in the spring tournament. Well, they're scrappy, and they have a kid in Ladie who can go and just get buckets whenever they need buckets. This is another one I can get even money on San Diego State plus 10.5. Another one where I don't touch the money line or anything, but I do take San Diego State if I'm getting even money on it at plus 10.5.
I hate that we're liking dogs again in this round with how easily favorites covered in the round of 32. Because I also like San Diego State plus the 11. I'm with you. I don't love them on the money line. I think UConn wins this game. I might take a flyer. I might take San Diego State. I believe it's plus 6 or plus 5.5 right now. First half. I might take that and just stay away from the full game.
That's fair.
Yeah. Let me actually look exactly what the first half line is. San Diego State plus, where are we at here? I can get San Diego State plus 6 at minus 103. I'm going to make that my bet.
That's not
San Diego
bad.
State plus 6 first half. Alabama, I'm very excited for Alabama UNC. North Carolina is a 4.5-point favorite, over under of 173.5. Chase, are you going to continue fading Alabama down the line here?
I was planning on fading them until they lost, and I figured I would get plus money on whoever they played, and now they've run into a number 1 seed. So it kind of messed that whole thing up for me. Alabama's due to have a bad shooting night at some point. It might as well be against a very senior team with North Carolina, with a lot of tournament experience with Baycott that rebounds well. If you can limit their number of shots, every time they go down the court, that's going to be huge in beating Alabama. Give me North Carolina to cover the 4.5.
I'm not touching the spread at all. Just give me the over 173.5. I'm going to take the total in this one. I'm betting every game, just so everyone's aware. I'm betting every game.
Oh, of course. Yeah, all of them.
Yep. I'm going to take the over in this matchup. Again, first half under every single game. Last game for Thursday, Illinois, Iowa State. Iowa State is a 1.5-point favorite right now, over under of 146. Might be the game I'm looking forward to the most tomorrow.
I think it's going to be a dogfight, man. And I'll tell you what, this is kind of just comes down to a system play for me, Jim. What's the spread?
1.5.
That's a 1 possession, 1 bucket game. I get plus money on a dog on the money line if I go with the Illini.
Yep.
Go ahead, you give me the Illinois fighting Illini plus 105. The hardwood Birds.
I'm doing the exact same thing because exactly what you said, Chase. Anyone who watched Gym Rats throughout the season knows when the line is this close, I love just taking a chance on the dog.
It's a system play.
Illinois is also I don't know. They've impressed me since the Big Ten tournament. They've looked good. They've looked really good. I think good. The Big Ten teams that are in it are both on redemption tours. So maybe watch.
I think that's probably true.
We move to Friday. NC State, Marquette. Your Marquette. Marquette is a 6.5-point favorite here. over under of 151. Does NC State's run come to an end now?
I say yes. This is my national championship team, Marquette. I'm taking him to cover that 6.5 there. I think Tyler Kolek is about to just go out of his head playing basketball down the stretch. And if he does, look out UConn on the other side of this tournament bracket.
It'd be hilarious. I mean, it'd be very funny to me if we had an old Big East national championship.
Dude, I love Big East basketball.
So good.
I would be happy. Yeah, dude. With all those little metro schools are always so good. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I would love an all Big East final.
God, I want to take Marquette here, but I don't know. This magical run of NC State scares me. They have to run out of steam at some point. I'm going to bet the under 151. That's my bet. Under 151.
All right.
And of course, first half under. Gonzaga, Purdue. Purdue is a 5.5 point favorite in this game. Over under of 154. Is it time to Purdue?
Yes. 100%. Give me Gonzaga on the money line, plus 200. I've been waiting to fade this Gonzaga team, and maybe it's just not time to be fading them. They are playing extremely good basketball. You're catching Purdue off of that spanking that they just had in the last round. I think Gonzaga matches up really well. They're shooting the three-pointer extremely well. Yeah, give me Gonzaga to go ahead and knock off Purdue. It's just prime time for a Purdue-ting.
I can't, dude. I can't. This Purdue team is just, they're on a rampage right now. It feels like they're trying, like the world and fate is trying to make Zach Edey happen.
Right.
And I feel like I'm worried it's just going to keep happening. I'm going to take Purdue minus the 5.5 here.
Zach Edey and his gigantic head. That man's head is huge.
He's got a bowling ball head.
Dude, for sure. For sure.
No, I'm taking Purdue minus the 5.5 here. Duke, Houston. I'm very much looking. I just like watching Houston play. They play rough. Houston is a 4-point favorite against Duke. Over under 134.5.
Let me check on one thing, because I think this is all going to come down to how well the 3-point line is defended in the Duke Houston game. And let's see.
Houston also coming off a very emotional game.
Houston coming off of an emotional game. Okay. Houston is holding their opponents to 37.8% from 3-point, which is number 1 in the country.
Yeah, they're rough and they're good. Yes.
They're rough and they're good. They're number 2 in opponent 2-point percentage. I don't think that this is a rough and tumble Duke team. I think that this is a pretty soft Duke team that's just reliant on 3-point shooting from these young guards that they have. I think Houston rolls them up here, and it's like a bloodletting. It's one of those like comically brutal basketball games.
Yeah, give me the Houston. Give me Houston here minus the 4. Last game, Creighton, Tennessee. Tennessee is a 2.5 point favorite, over under of 143.5. It's hard for me not to take Tennessee here.
I'm very pro Big East, but I think Creighton gets rolled.
Yeah, I'm just.
What do you think?
Creighton,
I'm
waiting
Jim?
for the shoe to drop on Creighton.
We thought it was going to be last round, didn't we?
I did think it was going to be last round. They've looked good. They messed around with Oregon, but the worry now is they got that monkey off their shoulder. They played like kind of a rough game against Oregon and still won.
Meanwhile, Tennessee has looked fantastic in both of their games. I mean, it makes sense. I've been talking about fading teams off of huge performances like all night, and so I should naturally be saying the exact same thing with Tennessee. But with Tennessee, you see it just means more, So I think that might be what's forcing my hand is the meaning.
It does.
More.
It does mean more.
It just means more for Tennessee, so I'm taking them minus the 2.5.
Give me Creighton money line plus 125.
Woo! Fuck you, then, buddy.
Big East, all Big East teams make it to the Elite Eight.
Beautiful. I love it.
Game of the week for you, Chase.
Game of the week for me, I think it's going to be Gonzaga Purdue, because I think we're due for a Purdoning, and I think Gonzaga is going to look really good doing it.
I could agree with that. I think for me, it's Illinois, Iowa State. I think
That
should
should
be
be
a bloodbath.
that should just be a rock fight, shouldn't it?
It should be. I'm very much
Yeah.
looking forward to that game.
Yeah, I'm with you. I am curious to see San Diego State and UConn.
Rematch of the national championship.
Yeah, you got the Natty rematch. Two teams that know each other. I know San Diego State's lost a little bit of firepower, but Ledee was there. He wasn't playing the same role as he is this season, but he was there. I'd like for this moment not to be too big for San Diego State and them not piss all down their legs, because it'd be easy to do because UConn looks big and tough and very tough.
True. Question between the two. Easier run to the Sweet 16, Purdue or UConn? UConn had Stetson and Northwestern. Purdue had Grambling and Utah State.
I'm going to say
it's close.
Purdue. I'm going to say Purdue, though.
I'm going to say Purdue, too, because I think they would have matched up way worse against TCU if TCU didn't shit the bucket against Utah State and actually advanced.
Yeah, I think they could have had trouble against a good Big 12 team like TCU. UConn had at least Northwestern to deal with, who is a good. I mean, they were good enough to win their first game, but they've been a good team all year. It's a team that we've been betting pretty much since we've been doing Gym Rats.
I'm trying to see who's had the hardest one so far, and it might be. It's either NC State. No, NC State hasn't.
NC State's been the dog in every single one of their matchups, though.
No, they weren't the dog against Oakland, were they?
They didn't play Oakland. Kentucky did.
Yeah, and then they played Oakland.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they were probably favored against Oakland.
Maybe Marquette? Iowa State's had a pretty tough run.
Marquette had a close one and pulled away. Then they just kind of did the same thing again and kind of pulled away, but didn't cover by the hook.
Maybe it's UNC having to have Mississippi, no, it's not because Wagner's nobody. But Michigan State's somebody.
Michigan State, yeah. Izzo in the tournament.
Yeah. Or Clemson, New Mexico, and Baylor. It might be Clemson. New Mexico and Baylor are two tough fucking teams.
And they put it on Baylor, dude.
They did. It was embarrassing.
That guy from Clemson, I think his name is like Shefflin or something. He has such a punchable face. Everything about that guy's face is so punchable.
He's very Clemson in that regard.
He is very Clemson in that regard. Very Clemson.
Chase, it's time.
Oh.
It's time. We're back. If you watch the gymnasium, you know what we're about.
Let's just play one on black real quick.
Okay, well, you want get our feet wet a little bit.
Get our feet, yeah. Let's see what comes out here.
It's still with the red. Red 30.
Do you want to do a number? Like play one number all the ways like we were doing?
Yeah, that's the what won the bracket. I feel like that's only right.
That's true. So we went 30 last. Do you think it hits mid 12 or do you think it hits first 12?
I think it hits high mid 12.
Let's go 16.
Like it. 16. Bam. 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 Bam.
Get all them corners, son.
Okay, baby, 16. Let's go 16.
Sweet 16. We want it. We need it.
15.
Black.
That's pretty good too. 15's pretty good. We'll take it.
Hey, okay.
We win a ton, but it's fine. We just lost $10 on that one.
I think we stick with 15, 30. We bet 0.
Do it.
30, 15, 0. Natural.
35. Black. Odd.
That was close.
Okay. Let's slam something red. I think that then we'd be satisfied here. I think we go. It's something in the first 12. Finally,
I'm thinking 12.
12. Yeah.
12 or 7.
No, I think it's 12 because it's the only odd number, only even number. Don't forget to throw.
I got it. I got it all. Let's do it.
Let's go.
12, baby.
How do we keep being one off whenever we play the?
Oh, it's brutal. 35.
35. Black. Odd.
35.
That was not good. That was bad for us.
I'm gonna just do fucking 50 on red.
Yeah, it's time for that. This is how we do it. This is how we make it all back, Jimbo.
Yes,
Let's go.
sir.
31. Black. Odd.
How's that happen? It was all like top 12 and black. Brutal for us.
Oh,
Hey, Chase, we're just building up. We're building up good rapport right now.
we're just building up good karma for the future. Oh, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Away.
All right, folks, that'll do it for this episode of Gym Rats. Make sure you tune in Saturday morning. We'll be talking Elite 8. I'm gonna go enjoy my cheesy gordita crunch.
We love you, Uncle Rico. Bye-bye.
Love you, Uncle Rico. Shout out Uncle Rico. Shout out Erik. Love you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.